I'm thrilled to be back in Mobile. It does feel like home to me, and I've known Jerry for quite a while, and just compliment him and Sherry and Joe, who's with us at our hotel, who have done just an outstanding job of having a bowl week that's memorable, and love the service projects and seeing our kids serve the community and the other events. So it's been a great week for us, and I think the challenge is always on these weeks is to enjoy the week and yet focus on beating a very difficult opponent, and that's always my worry as a coach that keeps you up at night is you certainly want to have that balance, and hopefully we've had that balance, and we can play one of our better games. It'll take that. We haven't played particularly well, to be very candid, down the stretch, and now we played some really good teams, so give them credit, but we're going to have to play one of our better games to beat this Eastern Michigan team who plays with great discipline and poise, and they know exactly what they're doing, and we're excited, but thanks to Mobile, thanks to the town, it's been a great week, and we're excited to get to tomorrow. Liked one, wasn't crazy about the other, to be very candid, but I did like, hopefully we'll have a good day today. We looked a little sluggish in the first one. Yesterday was much better. Today, we're looking forward to getting to our walkthrough here in a little bit, and our run through, whatever we call it, and hopefully see things cleaned up. So we had a great time at the hotel in our team meeting yesterday or last night, and letting our seniors share, the ones who have exhausted eligibility are now moving on, and it was great to hear their memories of their time here at Liberty and the bowl games we've been able to be in, and the things that they'll remember 10, 15 years down the road that they'll be telling stories about, and certainly this week has provided some more of those memories, and as will the game. It'll tell a story, and we'll have to tell that story as we look ourselves in the mirror 10 to 15 years from now, and the man we've become. This will be a part of it, and hopefully it's one that we can laugh and smile about, not one that we regret not giving our best. And so I'm confident our team has done that in bowl games prior to this year. So this is a different year, different team, different makeup, but I'm optimistic we'll play one of our better games tomorrow night. Yeah, that's almost impossible for me to quantify. I mean, his, obviously when we took him, wasn't sure what we were getting because he just had no significant snaps at all on the college level. I knew what he was in high school. I knew he could run around and make plays, and to be very candid, worst case, I thought he'd be a heck of a safety. If he didn't work out to be a quarterback, but we were optimistic that a lot of the credit, it goes to Malik and his work ethic, but truthfully, Ken Austin, our quarterback coach, is really the one who really worked with him on his fundamentals. And, I do the play calling, but I'm a big picture guy, and he has so many more strengths in the fundamental play of quarterback than I do, so they deserve a lot of credit. But as far as what he's meant, I mean, I would say that he has represented Liberty as well as any athlete I've ever coached at any school. The brand, who we want to be. I mean, it's always with Malik. He throws for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and rushes for another touchdown, and it's somebody else. It's the O-line, the receivers, the defense, and then we played terrible, and it's always him. It's my fault. I didn't get it done. So he has that quality of humility that is easy for a team to follow, and then he's on his social media platform. The foundation of Liberty is modeled by him consistently. None of us are perfect, neither is he, but man, consistency is kind of what I seek to hopefully be known for by the players that play for me, and I know without a doubt that Malik has shown consistent representation of Liberty and our football program as well as any player I've ever coached, and I think listen, in recruiting, You'd think we don't use that with the transfer portal or with high school guys. Look, Malik Willis doesn't get drafted if he stayed at his current school. You know, we probably can really say that because he's not going to play. And, you know, he got on the field here and now, you know, looks to be one of the top draft picks at quarterback at his position. So I think he's really helped our program in many ways.
Coach, does it concern you that you gave up 50 sacks this year, facing two really quality rush ends and Ramirez and Rush?
Yeah, we have not protected him very well at all. And I think Coach Creighton said it as good. It's shared responsibility. The O-line takes the brunt of the criticism and stuff, but sometimes it starts with Malik. You know, Malik set the protection wrong, or sometimes the receiver didn't run the correct depth on a route, and sometimes the running back blew his assignment, and then sometimes you just get beat in one-on-ones by a better player. And so when you're looking at 55 and 99 on the other side tomorrow night, you know that that's possible because that they're very gifted in rushing the passer, and so absolutely it concerns me. And you know, I think all of us as coaches, one of the first things you really want to try to do is protect your quarterback and stay out of negative plays that create behind the chain situations, and we haven't done that very well this year.
What's been the biggest challenge to build a football program in Liberty?
The biggest challenge is probably convincing players to come and see. Because it's unknown to many places now. The brand has definitely grown with 2 bowl wins and going to a third one is definitely growing. But many are like I was, truthfully, when I got the call from Ian and I think my first response was, you know, I may just stay here in the SEC and go call some plays somewhere or something. But then he just, you know, his deal was just come and see. And Jill and I had been there prior to speak at Convocation, and so I knew a little bit about it. But until I really dug in to see the commitment level, the resources, the vision, the facilities, and then it was a pretty easy decision. And so I think that's the battle we've had is when we recruit a kid, because we have to recruit nationally pretty much, and you've got to just convince them, come and see. And when they do, we've got a legit chance to land them. And so that's probably the biggest challenge. It's not, listen, our administration is incredible. Ian is one of the greatest servant leaders I've ever been around. He's committed, as is the board and our president, and all of our administration is aligned with us in our vision to be one of the top non-Power 5, you know, playing football schools in the nation. And I believe we can do that. Obviously, it takes great recruiting. And I think it's starting to, we're starting to even get better at recruiting. So.
How's the injury report specifically? Wow.
Yeah, man, it just makes you sick when you talk about injuries, particularly with a kid that's just been such a stud for us as Ralph has, and comes from overseas and learns to speak English, and you know, goes through his time here, gets his Master's Plus degree, and loves this team. And you know, it's just, it doesn't look good that he'll be able to play. So that's I just hate that for him. Obviously, we got the ones who've been out for a length of time that we've missed. Quentin Reese tremendously since his injury. We've certainly took a step back in some areas. So, but nothing new. Just the ones that have been out for the year are out, and then it doesn't look good for Ralph. He's trying hard. He's in treatment every time I walk down but it just he couldn't move very well yesterday.